Hello and welcome back to Microcivilization. You're hopping in the middle of a game. I'm playing a follow-up to the last game that I played, and what I am trying to do is kind of get a better understanding of some of the mechanics of this game so that when we hop into the Ascension Tier, which is what I want to do in this video, I'm setting myself up for the best chance of success. And there's some things that I've learned that make such a huge difference in performance that it would be foolish not to tell you. So let's go ahead and look at that real quick. I'm going to just burn this to get my research up so we can get this research churned out as fast as possible. But one of the first things is, and I neglected to do this the first time around, but doing this and getting the, let me pause the game for a second here. Doing this and getting the adjacency, but the gold adjacency benefits is massive, like beyond huge. The performance gain, or the benefit gain that you get is absurd. So villages, in addition to giving you the extra military units, in this case infantry, in addition to giving you the extra infantry, when you get the 6 adjacency bonus, which can only be done if you surround it with buildings that aren't also villages, you get an extra 3 workers, which is an extra 3 tiles for free. So what you do is you build out your adjacencies here, and so like every other one, I build a village where it can go. You can't build a village on like a mountain, but the same thing with farm. So not only do you get adjacency bonuses on these farms, where you're getting plus food per second for having like all these silver adjacencies, but the one in the middle that gets the 6 adjacency bonus gives you just a flat 35% bonus to your food, and it's multiplicative. So you get so much food, it is ridiculous. So between that and, like in this case, the Bastion, I have this one 6 adjacency. You get an extra cannon, which is the most powerful military unit. So you can build up massive supplies of infantry and bastions and cannons, and which is going to set you to be able to take anything in this game out super easy. So I'm going to go ahead and just send a couple units to these villages while I'm still looking around, and I'm trying to see if there's any point to expanding any further. Maybe I'll build a village here, just because I can then build, let's build a fortress here and a stone cut there, because I can't build a fortress next to a fortress. And then if I claim this piece of territory and build something here, I think we can get a 6-star adjacency here as well. I just need to not build a fortress, which I could build a farm or something like that down here. So anyway, we can see even without buying food or lumber, I'm getting plus 823 food right off the bat with 127,000 population. So just an absurd amount of benefit here. Let's go ahead and get that research done. Then we'll work on that next. So that's like the biggest thing. Not to mention just all the little bonuses that I've gotten over time from all the previous ascensions that we've done. But we'll kind of pick back up near the end of this campaign, and then we'll roll into the next ascension tier. I'm kind of eager to see how that goes. So we'll see you in a minute. All right, so we're at the very end and ready to ascend, and this is the first time we've broken over 1 million people. So pretty significant. Definitely a result of taking advantage of these adjacency bonuses, but we could see several adjacency bonuses. Everything panned out really nicely. We did ultimately discover an enemy town there, but it doesn't really matter because, you know, we're at the very end of the game and we have, like, just look at what we're capable of. 13 tanks, 33 bunkers, 30 soldiers, and 13 militia. Just nothing could beat this, at least at this stage of the game. So we'll go ahead and let these finish just because we can. I don't think there's anything imminently crossing a threshold to give us any extra lotuses, so I don't think it's worth waiting any longer. We're definitely not gonna waste our time doing any of this stuff, so let's go ahead and ascend and reset. We can see very generous amount of lotus at 37. That's, I think, the most we've ever gotten. So let's, with that being said, let's buy the last item we needed to unlock here. And then all that's left is to ascend. So we've now ascended to tier 2. And let's see exactly what that looks like. Map tile magnitude for secrets, multiplying all of its effects. That's a lot of lotuses for that. Workshop magnitude. Unique hero slot. 5th hero slot. I mean, I kind of like that idea. House construction efficiency. Let's just buy those because that seems to be very valuable. And let's start the next one. Okay, so I don't know how brutal this is going to be or not be. So we have backwards research, unruly. Huh. Pays gold lotuses after the game start. Interesting. Immediately allows. Can I choose these, or are these things that are just in the game already? Or is that something that they're still working on? Ah, there it is. So I can equip the traits. Why would I want to equip a negative trait? Hmm. It's library. Not that significant. Because that doesn't scale up. I mean, the food seems nice. I kind of want to go with trader just so we could trade everything right off the bat. So that means I have to select a negative. But I guess I'll take research. Or am I just an idiot? That's very possible as well. All right, where do we want to start? We want somewhere we can build some villages next to us. And this would allow that. Every other tile. And then they can still have 6 things adjacent to them. So that seems like a pretty good starting location. Let's go ahead and start. Right off the bat, let's just churn out what we can. So I'm not exactly sure what is going to come out of this. The slowness is real. Like, that's already slowing down significantly. I mean, we could try to increase it a little bit. Got a lot of workers, which means we got room for map quests. Ooh. 40 off the bat. That's rough. I mean, it did warn us that was going to be the case. So it's just going to be a while before we can actually do anything there. So what I am worried about is the first enemy attack. Is that going to be tier 40? If so, I'm definitely going to... Yeah, level 44. Yikes. I'm going to be really careful about managing that. All right, well, all that risk just went away. Although we can't actually do anything right now. We can explore. Pretty low risk. Not zero risk. Pretty low. So many free workers. This tech's got to get faster. And then I think about it, I don't even think I clicked on the thing to slow down the tech. I think just this Ascension is taking way longer. Sort heroes by level and class. I think we need to like sell or redo some of our heroes. All right, woodstone metal plus per click. All right, so apparently I was missing 2 heroes. Unless this one came from the most recent thing. So the Ascension. So this guy gives 0.4% horse regeneration per second, and he gives 1.9 spear regeneration per second. So that provides only the unique trait. Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess that's not the end of the world. What other unique heroes do we have? Traits can we get? What does he give? Great library, more research. I mean, we are kind of research starved right now. Deal 10 damage per 1,000 autonomy when hit by a crisis attack. That requires us to get hit by a crisis, though. We don't want it to get that far. Preventing diseases could be good. What's your deal? Militia damage, but causes a death. I don't want deaths if I can avoid it. All right. Well, we got one more down here. Workshops have 200% max charges. I mean, that could be good. Let's see who else we got here. You got the Great Library effect. You regenerate hill forts. So we could theoretically regenerate hill forts, horsemen. We don't have the infantry regenerate. Okay. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if this is my best hero combination here. I'm speculating it's not, but let's take a look at what we got here. Extra damage, extra stone, faster recharge, and bonus research. And the stun's nice. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stick with the guy I got. Seems pretty decent. All right. We'll roll with that. Okay, so gold can be used. Interesting. I could use gold to get the effect I want. To just recharge a bunch of spearmen. later in the game. Not quite yet. I don't want to build either of these right now. So I'm just going to wait for some of this to go by. I'm going to increase my game speed here. But take my time with this. I'm nervous about expanding too quick. All right, so we got something now. That did not take long. We got that. We do not have 2,900 population. Do not have a forest hunt. Now I can do this. And this will get me better units. So this we want to be a village. And this we want to be a village. And this we want to be a village. So this can be farmland. Oh boy. What are we doing? That seems like a lot of percent. I don't like that. That's went down a little bit. Can we make it 12 seconds? We did. Okay, so that was adding risk too. Definitely want the barracks. We definitely want the forest hut. Definitely want the spearman. Right, that should be unlocked now. That's unlocked. That is also unlocked. We can get the bow, which is a higher risk tech. I need to be cautious doing anything while researching that. We'll work on money. I'm too nervous to, like, this is feels very dangerous, and it's going to be a while before I can do this anyway, but like level 45 Huns, no way. Not at this point. So am I not auto-generating any of this stuff? Apparently not. How do I get villages? There's the plague. We actually fended that off better than I thought we were going to. Maybe there's a slim chance. Oh, we got to take a little bit of a risk. We're maxed out on gold. All right, so our first guy, level 41. All right, we're going to risk by doing this. Looks like that's got a couple charges on it. While that's happening, let's just summon this crisis and try to get it over. We'll stun it. That'll buy us a little time. All right, we got a little bit of barricade going on there. Get that archers churning out. I mean, 94% is pretty good odds. Plus a 47. Man, that's pretty juicy. So we can get some pretty good heroes here by doing this. What's the Ascension look like? Tier bonus. So I just get a flat bonus from the tier it's in. All right, let's move on to the next age. I do want to look at the heroes. Because that was what, level 49? No, 47. Okay. So sustainment, higher base damage, cost of housing comes down. The recharge isn't as fast. But that's specifically only one type of recharge. That's increase of gold reserves. I mean, unless I build the Great Library, I don't think this is helping us that much. Maybe I'll switch back to him. That's a pretty significant risk, though. My goodness. How long is this stuff going to take? I need more units. I don't think I unlocked the ability to build. I can make forest map tiles, but I can't create actual, like, there's mine, quarries. Yeah, none of that yet. Well, let's unlock that. And we might as well start exploring in this direction. Unlock that. I mean, if we're gonna go for it, we might as well go all the way. Our risk should drop a little bit once this completes, because that's 35% risk right there. Yep, that's a little more manageable. Need more than huts. All right, I can actually build a village here now. I will do. Build another farm there, and then we'll work on getting the mine there as soon as we can. Bad timing on that. All right, we took it out, no problem. Pretty high risk. Oh, look at how many charges that has. 9 charges. All right, we got predicaments. We could make them go up. I meant to use the secret. All right, that temporarily unlocks that. Now we can work towards that. It's gonna take a while. You know, I think I want the tile improvements first. All right, we're gonna have to be smart about how we utilize these festivals, because the bonuses they multiply. So we need to stack them appropriately to speed up our production, our research. All right, lower that risk a little bit. Okay, so there's cottage, mine, quarry, and pyramid. I don't think I want any of that. Cottage, we could probably start churning some of those out. At this point, we just need more population. So let's work on, oh, these are map tile improvements as well. So I guess let's work towards those. I guess no matter what I do, I have a risk. Let's put a village there and a village here. We know ultimately we're going to want something on those tiles. Do cut stone there. We'll try to do what you call it here. We'll do that again. Our risk is going to be massive. We're definitely going to get hit multiple times. It's pretty quick. It's 96% in the next hour. And these things are only 30 seconds. All right, always good to queue up more archers if we can. Makes it a little more sustainable. All right, I need one more improvement here, but I can't do it until I finish exploiting this resource. So that's another 3 trips to this before I can build anything there. Some of these, I think I'm just going to have to try to take them out. We should be able to. I mean, we're taking out level 40-something things that are attacking our town. All right, we'll pop the festival stuff just to make this go a little bit faster. Probably being a little overly cautious. I think I could go a little bit faster. All right, we got a storm disaster on our civilization. Unblockable tasks, risks multiplied. That's fine. I think that's all manageable. Again, probably overdoing with exploration, but I'd rather knock it out now. I don't need the secrets. I guess we can get another hero. I mostly want the key from the village. Just to unlock the tech a little easier. This is brutally slow. The Ascension tech, it is very, very slow. All right, I think we're going to want a fortress here. We got a quarry there, which means I can do another fortress here. I can do a farm there. All right, looks like 4 festival boosts is about as good as we're going to get right now. It does help a lot. It shaves a couple minutes off the tech. Yeah, let's get the extra 20%. That's really nice. And this gives us extra barracks. All right, we're still not quite there yet, but once I get this, it's gonna, I think, make all this one and this one gold. And this one just needs this tile. All right, here we are with the last building. That makes 2 golds. So we got a bunch of extra workers, which means we got space to grow. Now, what do we do next? Don't time these to go one after the other, because we need time to rebuild our units. Hanging gardens, I don't think so. Let's pop a couple more of these festivals. Might be able to squeak out a 7 for a couple seconds here. 15 seconds. That gets our research to almost 10,000. All right, now we could send to the second one, and we could send an exploration. That is using up several of my military, but I think we'll be okay. We can produce them really quick. All right, I forgot we met these population goals. So let's do construction next so we can build these workshops. And then we could go down here and get bronze. Yeah, I'll pay gold for that. That's perfectly fine by me. That does get us that area, and then we can hopefully get something going there and then get even more workers unlocked. And of course, all right, we're gonna have to stun that. Well, that went okay. All right, definitely palace first, then windmill, and then archers. All right, we just got to build something here. We have a fortress here. So we need to build something other than a fortress here. Let's do metal, and then we can do stone somewhere else. I feel like this has to be a farm. No. This might have to be a farm. It just depends what is visible down here. All right, we didn't quite get bronze working done in that time limit, but we'll get it before the next thing. All right, there's the horseman automatically recharging. Every 4 minutes we get a free one, which is kind of nice. So we get a little burned here because we can't. There's nowhere here that lets us build completely surrounded by farmland. Like there's no 6-tile farmland. So we're going to keep scouting and hopefully we'll find something. A lot of resources to send out, but hopefully we'll be okay. All right, I think I am going to go for the Great Library. Just because the research is so crazy slow. But before I do that, try and get this horseman built. I want to get myself prepared for, I don't know, maybe those previous techs, or I go for the next tier. Both are definitely a possibility. All right, there we go. I think this rounds us out here. Now, didn't we have this guy give a bunch of extra research? Like better sustainment and more, like way more research. Yes. Okay, that was a bit gnarly. However, I think research is much faster now. Oh yeah, massively quicker with that guy. So I feel like definitely keep that on for now. I can always switch him out later if I need to. All right, we know we got predicament issues. Oh, hello. What do you have? Better hero drops? I think I'd rather have the more charges. All right, got another storm again coming in. All right, so we're maxed out on horses. We need more food per second. Like, by a lot. Where am I going to get it? Right here would give me the spot where I can get all the food. So let's work in that direction. I'd have to go to war with these guys, but that's fine. All right, let's creep back and get the Huns and go with shamanism. I could get education. All right, another predicament here. Crises have thorns, which means I take damage and people die. That's not good. All right, that increased the amount of military we could hold. Can't do any of this yet. Either not enough food, not enough autonomy. Something missing from all these. I could do this, but I don't want to do it yet. All right, we're going to branch out here and here. Right now, our focus is on food, but ultimately, we'll need more military. Yep, there's the thorns. By a militia, light, or heavy unit. Which is like everything. Yep, that sucks. I think stone walls what we're gonna need. Put up as many walls as we can. Now that one we can't stop. So we have to build this. That's gonna destroy a lot of houses. I mean, we really don't have a choice here. How are we gonna survive this? These thorns are brutal. Nope. That's gonna be the death of us right there. All right, I gotta pause just for a second. That's 99.5. All right, so I'm shielded from this attack. All right, drought means I'm losing population there too. Brutal. All right, how am I gonna recover from this in any meaningful way? That cannot be blocked, and that will kill us. But attacking will also kill us. Okay. This is awful because it was immediately followed by another one. And it's... I don't think this one is thorns, though. But I do want this. Just because I need something to block. All right, it is possible we may be able to block most of this, at least up to here. Level 61 Ottomans. Kills people. Yeah, there's just no way I'm making it out of this. I took on too much at the same time. And it was my downfall. I was getting a little arrogant, thinking I wasn't going to have any problems here, but I definitely do. What was that? Another crisis behind this one? There's just no way I'm making it out of here. Like, this one's not blockable. That last one is not blockable. There's just nothing I can do. I could hit, but I got thorns. Yep. That thorns just totally screwed me. All right, well, needless to say, Ascension 2 is way harder. And I do have to be better prepared for thorns and stuff like that. So, yeah, lesson learned. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, see more content in the future. We'll catch you in the next one where we pick up where Civilization left off and hopefully rebuild and do better next time. Thanks for watching.